Family, grab some popcorn. This may be a little bit longer than usual. Why? I'm talking about fragrances and your style, your persona. Do fragrances fit your persona? Persona means, are you an outgoing person? Are you a laid back person? Are you a person that just doesn't look for attention? Are you a person that wants tons of attention? We're all different in this manner. Now, if you have different personas, different styles in you, then you can conquer more fragrances. Because some fragrances are going to demand certain looks, are going to, create certain reactions. So not every fragrance is for everybody. Okay, guys? You have to find fragrances that suit you, that your nose like, that you can wear and you're comfortable in your skin. Right? You see me? I could wear the most sexiest fragrance to the most challenging fragrance. I don't care. Why? I'm going to have to be honest with you guys. All right? When you can wear any fragrance at any particular moment, challenging, sexy, doesn't matter, and still feel like you can do whatever you want, you have to be in shape. You got to care about yourself. You got to take care of yourself, guys. You just got to eat right. All these things are going to matter when you want to look really good, right? I'm still training. I'm still dieting. Trying to take off a few more pounds to be on top of my game. Because that's what you got to do, guys. You always got to strive to be better. There's nothing wrong with that. So today, I'm talking about fragrances and style. So I'm going to bring some fragrances up. And then from that point on, we're going to just roll dice and see where it goes, all right? And you know how we do with the Man Cologne channel? Let's get ready. So family, if you're out, right, and you say to yourself, I need a fragrance that attracts a lot of women. Or you're a person that you want to go out, but you're not trying to attract 1,000 women. Then whichever road you want to go, oud of greatness is either you're buying it or you're not buying it, right? If you're a person that says to yourself, I need attention from women because I'm handsome and I'm single, buy oud of greatness. If you're in a relationship, you got a beautiful girl and you want to make her go crazy for you, buy oud of greatness. But if you're a guy that doesn't want girls to chase him, then don't buy oud of greatness. If you don't want girls grabbing you where it counts, don't buy oud of greatness. Buy something else. Because this fragrance is going to get women after you. Okay? Now, let's take another scenario, another route. Let's say you like going to hookah lounges. Or let's say you don't like going to hookah lounges. Give an example. If you like that environment, that smell, that atmosphere, I would tell you, you're either going to want to buy Red Hobbit or Hobo, or you're not. And it's from Xerjoff, the Shooting Stars collection. This fragrance right here, guys. Fire. To me, love it. But if you don't like hookah lounges, if you don't like a jammy strawberry with the hookah smell, this is not for you. Now, if you like that, this is for you. And did I say sexy and appealing? It has these qualities. I ain't lying to you. 1 second, family. I'm back. But yeah, this hookah lounge, like, don't like. You gotta make up your mind. Remember, guys, it's very important that you buy a fragrance that fits your persona. So when you wear it, it doesn't wear you, you wear it. Right? The worst thing you can do is wear a fragrance that doesn't suit your style. Trust me, it's just the worst thing you can do. A fragrance that I definitely like, but if you're not into like leathers, patchouli, vetiver, because they're kind of earthy, damp, and some leathers are very like Some leathers have like a whiskey smell, like if someone just smothered whiskey all up and down the leather, like with a paintbrush. That's what you get in this fragrance. There's no whiskey note here, but that's what it smells like to me. From the House of Javoy, private label. Now listen, I'm going to tell you what's in here, guys. You got vetiver, leather, papyrus, patchouli, sandalwood, French labdanum. I'm the king of butchering. But yes, this leather, like someone brushed whiskey, vetiver, dirty patchouli, sandalwood. You got the woods in there. If this type of leather fragrance doesn't suit you, because this type of leather fragrance, to be honest, if you ask me, you have to be on your A game. You have to be in good, well, I always strive for men to be in the best shape possible. But on top of being in your best shape, you got to be able to dress right, right? That's another thing. If you, let's say you're not in tip-top shape, but you also got to know how to dress right. A lot of these things are going to matter when you put a fragrance like this on, right? Does the outfit you have match the fragrance? Because if it does, then you're killing it. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to sit here and discredit people watching my video. I want to help all men in every aspect. But I'm always going to tell you guys, hit that gym and do your thing, all right? But again, you don't like challenging fragrances? You're not going to like this one. From the House of Javoy. Sorry, guys. Javoy, private label. Let's keep pushing, guys. Let's keep pushing. I got some fragrances here, and the rest I know by heart in a sense. Okay. If you're a guy and you're not really into rose fragrances, you're not, you know, oud is like, and sometimes, you know, certain patchoulis are very dirty, cypress oil. You know, these fragrances are going to be challenging. But like I said, if you're a guy and you're not into rose, this fragrance might not be for you, but it is for me. It's a banger. From the House of Terenzi. And this is Nero Oud. Now look, this is new to my collection. Love it. You know, guys, I want to inform you guys on something, right? I know there's a lot of expensive stuff out there. Try not to pay a lot for fragrances. If something is worth the money, buy it. Just make sure it's worth the money, you know, because you'd be surprised what you get for a really good price. Now, this fragrance is interesting because off the nozzle, you're thinking leather, raspberry. But no. This is how good I'm spraying. You hardly ever see me spray anything, guys. At least not on camera, at least. You know, very hard for me to spray on camera. But this reminds you of like a Tuscan leather, but it's not. It's the rose. The rose is so good with the saffron. You got cypriot oil. You got some ylang ylang, magnolia. You got gaiac wood, cedar, violet. You got Indian oud, patchouli, ambergris. I told you I'm a sucker for ambergris. I smell the ambergris. Musk and vanilla. And you got something else called Gurjan Balsam. I don't know what that is. I would have to dig into this one day. Like I wanted to dig into one, no, but I want to scratch it. Sorry, guys. But this concoction, like I said, you have to like rose. If you're a guy that rose is not for you, this is not for you. You know? And then again, oud. You know, oud may be a turn off for some people as well. And it's challenging. Remember, guys, the more the fragrance is challenging, the more better looking you got to be. Always remember that. You get yourself in the best shape, you look good, you stay looking young, you focus on how you eat, you see how life treats you. Another fragrance that I want to put here. Now listen, this fragrance right here, right, is one of those dirty, sexy fragrances. And again, this note is this note. And I know it's hiding more notes in here, but these fragrances are going to have similar notes, but they're different. The rose is more, in the Nero Oud is more, you know. But over here from bond number 9, this is called Dubai Emerald. I think they call this Jade as well. This fragrance, ooh. Okay, guys. Gonna have similar notes to that Nero Oud, but 2 different fragrances. Because over here, you do got saffron, but you got something called hyssop, right? You got rose, and again, you got that Geron balsam, whatever that is. Leather, cypriot oil, amber, patchouli, sandalwood. But over here, the rose isn't dominant. It's the saffron, the leather, and the cypriot oil. The patchouli and amber are also. So, again, I put some challenging fragrances here, but they're all different. On this one, it's going to be the leather, cypriot oil. You get saffron, but it's going to be more of a challenging fragrance, guys. Yes, saffron has that sexiness in it. The rose here plays a part, but not the same, right? Because in the Nero Oud, you had 2 different type of roses. So, and this has no oud, and you would think it has oud. So that cypriot oil is really doing some work here, guys. That's why I say the leather, the saffron, and the cypriot oil is what plays a big key here. It's a very, challenging fragrance where if you're not looking your best, then this fragrance is probably not for you. And like I said, looking your best is also dressing your best. If you know how to dress, guys, that does a lot of help. So you could be, a little chubby. Nothing wrong with that. Girls like some meat. But if you know how to dress, you'll kill it. Right here, baby. It'll work for you. But if a leather cypriot oil don't work for you, don't buy this fragrance. Now, another fragrance over here, now I have to go through these notes no more, is a challenging fragrance again, right? But this has the note of ash, like ashes, like it smells like ashes, like it has that smell in it. From the house of Amouage, and this is called Myths, man. So this is honestly like a prized possession. Like I said, man, I have expensive bottles, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. I've purchased some expensive stuff, and if you know how to shop, you really get good stuff, guys. Remember, I said the note of ash, but this has one of the most sexiest orris roots in the game. This to me is messing with a Dior iris intense, but not the new formulations, the old ones. They're 2 different irises, but what I mean by is messing with it, it's how good it is. And again, if you don't like the note of ash, if the note of ash turns you off and you hear that, because you're going to get this ashy smell. If that doesn't work for you, leave this fragrance alone. Myths, man, just leave it alone. But I promise you this, man. The orris root in this fragrance is one of the best in the game. I promise you. I'm be buying a few more fragrances, a few more stuff. You'll see, guys. I keep building my collection smart. I buy wonderful fragrances, man. I'm telling you. I buy fragrances that just stand the test of time. You know what I mean? Take my word on that. Now, again, I have another leather fragrance here, and I put it here because this is a definition of a bad boy. That's why I put this fragrance here, right? It's a leather fragrance. It's the definition of a bad boy. Like you in a leather jacket, cigar, motorcycle. You one of those dudes, right? You have no remorse. A girl come up to you and she flirts with you, you'll do whatever it takes. That's this type of fragrance. And if you don't fit that character, if you are a shy person, don't buy this fragrance, because this fragrance will engulf you and or turn on you for the worse. None other than the House of Tom Ford Tuscan Leather. Now listen, guys, I'm not going to lie to you about this. You hear a lot of stuff from fragrance reviewers saying how, you know, they don't want Tuscan leather, blah, blah. I don't know. You hear the comments, this is old, whatever. I have a lot of leather fragrances in my collection. I showed you a few today. But as far as Tuscan leather, and I have a couple other fragrances with Tuscan leather in it that is immaculate. But I think, till this day, I haven't smelled a better Tuscan leather than Tom Ford's Tuscan leather. We're not speaking about leather, but Tuscan leather. But again, if you don't fit the category of a bad boy cigar, if you got to pull it out and show out, you know what I mean by that. You got to pull it out and show out. If you're not that type of bad boy, this fragrance is just not for you. My personal opinion. But if you are a bad boy, and I don't mean you got to do that to multiple girls, but the girl you with, right? I'm with my girl. When I put this on, I'm a bad boy. I'm going to do bad things to her. You dig what I'm saying, guys? This leather note is amazing. But it's a Tuscan leather, not a regular leather note. So that Tuscan leather note is supreme to me. Supreme, guys. Another fragrance that I've heard some reviewers, poop on this fragrance. And it's fine, guys. One thing about fragrances, not everyone's going to like what everybody got to say or, what they like and what they don't like. But I'm going to bring a fragrance for you guys that if you don't like certain gentleman type of fragrances, if certain, like a neroli, like a barbershop style fragrance, may not be your thing. 1 second, guys. I'm back. If these things are not your thing, then maybe number 3 isn't from you. From Rosendo Mateo. Now, this is for me, man. This is calling my name. Let me tell you something. You like neroli, iris, sexy white musk. But it got to suit you. It's got to fit your bill. This is a great summer fragrance, man. I have a small dent in it. That's how good it is to me. But again, if neroli or white musk or a certain type of iris doesn't suit you, then this fragrance ain't for you. But I would say, especially if you don't like musk fragrances, this, probably not for you guys. Probably not. But man, is this for me. And man, is this good. But we all have our own styles, right? And if this don't suit you, that's why it's always good to sample. Make sure that the fragrances that you do purchase is the style who you are. You feel me? And I know it's like a broken record, guys, but go to the gym, be sexy, be healthy, eat right. And I promise you that if you do these things, you can just buy any fragrance and it's pretty much going to work unless it just stinks. I wanted to put this fragrance here because, if you don't like kind of the old school fragrances with a modern twist, then a fragrance like this wouldn't work for you. That's why I put it here, guys. From the house of Raja Parfums. It's called Scandal Parfum Cologne. And I tell you, this fragrance, it's extremely sexy, guys. And the old school vibes in this fragrance is because this fragrance is literally copying the original Polo Green from like 79, 78, around there. This is copying that DNA, except in a lavender format. That's the old school vibe of this fragrance. And the lavender is bringing it this new, like, update charisma, the way the lavender is used in here. Sexy fragrance, guys. But again, if you don't like a little bit of an old school in your cup of coffee, then this fragrance ain't for you. But if your style fits that, then this fragrance is for you. And for me, Polo Green was my favorite. Definitely my first love, which made me chase every other fragrance. So Polo Green, the original formulation, this is it right here, guys. You know, that's a come. I don't really knock houses that, like, I see some reviewers also knock, you know, houses that take from other companies. But hey, listen, if you can bring something back for me that's not available anymore the way I like it, please bring it back. You know, I don't have a problem with that. Just don't charge too much. So look, my last fragrance here, guys, is a fragrance style that I'm going to say, if you're not like a balls to the wall type of dude, this fragrance is not for you guys. You have to be balls to the wall. Like, this thing smells like you're in bed getting it on, clapping cheeks. This is not like for the everyday person. This, a matter of fact, I would definitely tell you, do not buy. A few fragrances here I would tell you, do not buy. Don't just blind buy unless you have a crazy nose like mine. This would be on top of that list. Ain Fouaille from Harare, Paris. You know, I can't really say this name no matter how many times I pull this bottle out. I just can't. So let me just show you the box. I got a few surprises coming, guys, for us. Don't worry. I got you guys. You see the name? So this fragrance right here, if you're not into some wild buck nasty, I'm crazy, I want to smell a girl's, don't buy this fragrance. Don't even wear this fragrance. I've worn it multiple times. Look at the dent. There is no dent. And I spray, but this thing really lasts and is strong. And I wear it, guys. I could care less. But this is buck nasty. This is buck nasty. I call this Badussy. So if you don't like the smell of Badussy on you, this ain't for you, man. This is for the freak in you. And if you ain't a freak, this is not for you. Okay, guys? This is I'm a freak. Give me this fragrance. I'm going to show this girl what's going to happen in that bed. This is a bedroom gangster. Because you got to be a gangster to pull this off, because you're going to be breaking that off. Yeah, this is definitely one of those fragrances, man. You got to put in that work, because that fragrance is putting in a lot of work. That is a dangerous fragrance, and I love it, okay? But Badussy will always be in my stash. I promise you. Now, look, family, I brought out 10 fragrances for you, right? Fragrances that are about style, charisma that you have. And I try to bring out some bulletin points of fragrances that if you don't like certain things, and some of these are challenging, I wanted to put more than one. I don't want to leave it just so simple. I wanted to give you different leathers, different ouds, you know, different rose oud combinations, a dirty combination, a super sexy superstar. Like, this is a superstar for real. So don't let the people hate on you. You know, I made a video about, you know, reviewers bashing fragrances. I don't care if you don't like something, but you got to understand what it works for, right? And if that doesn't suit you, it's cool. But when I go out, I could spray this on and have girls all over me. I really don't mind. If I was single, this is what I'd be rocking like on a daily. But hey, to each his own. Everybody live their life how they want to. But let me show you the fragrances, guys. You see it. You see it. Now, family, you know how we do here in the Man Cologne channel. You know how we do. Take off my glasses. We praise to the Most High. Man, we stay fly. Health is wealth. No bags under the eyes. You see it. The kid is young. Guys, listen to me. Trust me. Everything is obtainable for everybody. You heard? And I'm out. Praise to the Most High. Peace.